Every day I hear podcasters say, I want to make a difference. I want leads. I want sales. I want to change lives. But what they really should be saying is, I want to attract listeners. I want to retain listeners. I want to convert listeners. And they should be saying those words in that exact order, because if you don't attract listeners, you can't retain or convert listeners. There's a set it and forget it way of attracting listeners that is not marketing. If you want listeners discovering you rather than you chasing after them, you've come to the right place. I see it all the time. Regardless of the number of listeners you have, podcasters focus on the marketing. You churn out emails, social posts, video clips, and so on, and you become exhausted. But you keep doing it because the reality is you want more visibility, more engagement, more impact. So you're stuck in the in-between space of working feverishly hard, yet not attracting, retaining, or converting listeners. There's a better way. My client, Lisa, saw podcasters who were exhausted, and she didn't want that. She's also a super busy doctor who didn't have the capacity for a lot of marketing. But her only listeners were her mom, her sister, and her cat. Now she's unstuck, attracting thousands of downloads per month, appearing regularly on the podcast charts around the world. And she's converting listeners into coaching clients directly from her podcast. Lisa didn't suddenly start marketing her podcast and working harder. She decided to work smarter. How did she do that? It isn't luck or another social media strategy. It's a simple, often overlooked tactic that most podcasters either aren't using or are overcomplicating. And that tactic is podcast SEO. But this isn't SEO with complicated algorithms and waiting years to see results. Podcast SEO is different, and it's your easy answer to increase reach and visibility. It's simply taking the right keywords, those searchable terms your ideal listener is already typing into Apple or Spotify, and putting them in strategic places. When you do that, your show becomes discoverable. You have reach, you have visibility, and you're not exhausted. You're not chasing listeners. Instead, they're discovering you. Every new episode becomes another breadcrumb that attracts listeners. Because this is the first step. You cannot attract, retain, or convert as effortlessly as Lisa did unless you start with podcast SEO. And the best part is, once you set this up, it keeps working for you, attracting listeners while you sleep. That's why I call podcast SEO the set it and forget it attraction strategy. If you're ready to get more listeners, see more engagement, and make a bigger impact, step 1 is to implement podcast SEO. And you can do that by scanning the QR code on the screen to grab your free podcast SEO starter kit. This starter kit will demystify podcast SEO so you understand what it is and what it is not. It will show you just how doable podcast SEO really is. And it will walk you through the dramatic results you can create when podcast SEO is done correctly. I'm Julia Levine, aka the Podcast Teacher. I've supported over 1,000 podcasters, from starting to growing to monetizing, and I would love to support you too.